Be considering the danger and the evil of suspicion in marriage. The dangers of suspicion in marriage. The dangers of suspicion in marriage. Suspicion can be a destructive force in marriage, eroding the trust, creating tension, and potentially leading to the breakdown of the relationship. I repeat, suspicion can be a very destructive force in marriage, eroding trust, creating tension, and potentially leading to the breakdown of the relationship. What then are the causes of suspicion in marriage? Number one is lack of communication. Lack of communication. Poor communication can lead to misunderstanding, misconception, misinterpretation, and suspicion. When the communication link is broken or is not as firm as it ought to be, it's not as consistent as it ought to be, it's not as regular as it ought to be, this can lead to a very terrible misunderstanding and can trigger misinterpretation, and it can also trigger suspicion in such relationship. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 32, Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29 to 32. Number two, past experiences. Past experiences. Past experience of betrayal or odds can create suspicion and mistrust in a family or in a marriage. When the past experience of betrayal or odds that has been created by one of the partner has not been forgiven, has not been forgotten, this can trigger a kind of suspicious belief or acts in that marriage, which will definitely lead to mistrust and can ginger or trigger another terrible consequence, like the breakdown of such relationship. Psalm 55 verse 22, Matthew chapter 18 verse 21 to 22. So past experience can be very dangerous. Number three is insecurity and fear. Personal insecurities and fear can lead to suspicion and mistrust in a marriage. When the partner feels insecure by the attitude and behavior of the other partner, and when the way of life of the other partner is creating fear, it's creating fear and anxiety to the other partner, this can trigger suspicion and mistrust in such marriage. So one of the affected partner may find it difficult to trust the partner in question. So insecurity and fear can trigger suspicion and mistrust in marriage. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 1, 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7. Number four is external influence. External influence. External influence have adverse effects in marriage. External influence such as social media or well-meaning friends and family can create suspicion and mistrust in a marriage. When one of the partner permits the influence of external body or third party to influence his decision or a decision, step, opinion, and action in marriage, this can trigger suspicion and mistrust in that marriage, and if care is not taken, can lead to total breakdown of that marriage. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 9, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33. What then are the effects or the consequence of suspicion in marriage? The effects and consequence of suspicion in marriage. Number 1, erosion of trust. Suspicion can erode trust in a marriage, creating a toxic environment of mistrust and suspicion. So it can destroy or break down the trust completely, or erode or eradicate trust completely in that marriage, thereby creating a very toxic environment of mistrust and suspicion. And when the trust is not there, of course, there will not be belief again in such a relationship or in such affairs, and of course, there will be suspicion at a very high level. So every decision, every step taken will always be suspected to be negative or to be with evil agenda. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 9, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4 to 7. Number 2 is increased conflicts. Suspicion can lead to increased conflicts in a marriage as each partner becomes more defensive and very accusatory. So it will lead to terrible conflicts. The conflicts will be rising on a daily basis due to suspicion. So it will lead to conflicts, disagreements, misbehavior, and there will always be war in such relationship. And if care is not taken, it can lead to the breakdown of such relationship, because each member will be defending himself and accusing the other partner wrongly and negatively. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 1, Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29 to 32. Number 3 is emotional distress. Emotional distress. Suspicion can cause significant emotional distress in a marriage, leading to feeling of anxiety, depression, and isolation. So constantly, emotionally, the partner will be affected with either anxiety of what is about to happen or what is happening, depression and isolation. And not only that, absent-mindedness may be present somewhere, but the mind is not there, thinking of one thing or the other, and this can affect the health of such individual. It can affect the health or the well-being of such individual. So it can affect the well-being of such individual. Psalm 55 verse 22, Matthew chapter 11 verse 28 to 30. Number 4 is marital breakdown. Marital breakdown. Unchecked suspicion can ultimately lead to total breakdown of the marriage. As the relationship becomes increasingly strained and toxic, it can break down totally. It can collapse. So if care is not taken and suspicion is not checked and correct and suspended or amended, it will ultimately lead to the total breakdown of such marriage. Matthew chapter 19 verse 3 to 9, 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 10 to 11. Then let's look at how to control and to prevent suspicion in marriage. How do we check, how do we control, and how do we prevent it totally? Number 1, open communication. Encourage open and honest communication in your marriage, creating a safe and supportive environment for discussion and conflict resolution. So 1, you must engage in open communication, create time for thorough and intense communication, encourage open and honest communication, be plain to yourself and open up and speak the truth to yourself at every point in time. Create time to discuss together every necessary issue that need to be discussed in your marriage, creating a safe and supportive environment. So you must create a very safe and supporting environment for discussion, and not only that, for conflict resolution. There's any misunderstanding, create time to resolve it amicably and don't let it linger. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 32, Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29 to 32. Number 2, trust and vulnerability. Trust and vulnerability. Cultivate trust and vulnerability in your marriage. being willing to listen to understand each other, perspective and concern. So you must create an atmosphere whereby you're able to discuss together, to listen to others' opinion or to each other's opinion and understand each other's point of view, looking and considering issue from the perspective of your partner, and you must consider and attend to other people's opinion or accept other people's opinion. So you must trust yourself, you must build a kind of trust in yourself. A level of trust must be built within yourself, and you must create time to listen to each other and understand the perspective and opinion of one another. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 9, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4 to 7. Number 3, addressing insecurity and fear. So address personal insecurity and fear, recognizing how these can contribute to suspicion and mistrust in your family. So you must address the issue of insecurity and fear. Must be eradicated and addressed properly, and you must build trust and security and let fear go in the life of your partner. Whatever is triggering or causing fear, or that is raising fear in his or her, should be recognized and eradicated, and he or she must be motivated and encouraged to know that he or she is secured and there's no fear at all, there's no cause for alarm at all. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 1, 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7. Number 4, seek support and accountability. Seek support and accountability from trusted friends, family and counselors, recognizing the importance of outside perspective and guidance in negativity or in navigating marital challenges. So you must seek support of people that know that can give you good counsel, that will build and strengthen your relationship, and people that can give you good counsel that can motivate your family to move forward. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 20, Galatians chapter 6 verse 2. Now let's look at biblical examples of healthy marriage. The marriage of Abraham and Sarah. The marriage of Abraham and Sarah in Genesis chapter 11 verse 29 to 31 demonstrates the importance of trust, obedience and faithfulness in marriage. So you could see these three virtues, trust, obedience and faithfulness in marriage, that help them to strengthen and to have a very successful marriage. The second one is the marriage of Aquila and Priscilla. The marriage of Aquila and Priscilla in Acts chapter 18 verse 1 to 3 and Romans chapter 16 verse 3 to 5 shows the value of teamwork, mutual respect and open communication in marriage. So these three key really help this family to succeed in their own marriage. Teamwork, they work together as one. Mutual respect, there was respect to one another and open communication. Both were free to chat and to discuss together. Number 3 is the marriage of the Proverbs chapter 31, the wife and the husband, as illustrated in that chapter. With the wife and her husband, we could see in that Proverbs chapter 31 verse 10 to 31, demonstrates the importance of mutual respect, trust and support in that marriage. So this three is also very important to overcome suspicion. There must be trust, there must be respect, and there must be support. So biblical examples of healthy marriage, biblical examples of principles for a healthy marriage. Now, for you to overcome suspicion and to really experience healthy marriage, the following are of great importance. 1. Love and respect. Love and respect are essential components of a healthy marriage. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 25 to 33. So love and respect, both of you must love yourself unconditionally and respect the opinion, the suggestion of one another and the idea of one another. Number 2, communication and conflict resolution. Healthy communication and conflict resolution are critical for a strong and healthy marriage. So you must create time to discuss intensively at every point in time and also resolve any pending issue as soon as possible. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 32. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29 to 32. Number 3 is trust and faithfulness. Trust and faithfulness are essential for building a strong and healthy marriage. So there must be a level of trust and faithfulness in all that you do, and this must be encouraged and must be inculcated in the life of your partner, and must be transparently viewed and seen in all that you do by your partner. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 9. So when he or she discover it in your life, then you'll be able to build it in such life. Then number 4 is mutual support and encouragement. Mutual support and encouragement are vital for an healthy and fulfilling marriage. So both of you must work together, support each other financially, maritally, prayerfully, spiritually. In every aspect, you must encourage one another and support one another in prayer, in the Word of God, and in counsel. Give good counsel that can lead to the progress of your partner and the family, and correct constructively, not destructively. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 25 and Galatians chapter 6 verse 2. Then spiritual unity and growth. Spiritual unity and growth are essential for a strong and healthy marriage. So both of you must grow spiritually by searching the scripture, praying together, listening to important messages that can build you spiritually and make you to grow spiritually. Matthew chapter 19 verse 3 to 9. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 1 to 6. So we have looked at the ills or the dangers of suspicion in marriage. But then I want to ask you just one question. What at all should cause suspicion in marriage? Should there be anything like suspicion in marriage or between couples? Let's know your opinion in the comment section. You can drop your opinion in the comment section. We talk about suspicion in marriage. Which of the partner are known for this attitude of suspicion? Is it the man or the woman that are known for or suspecting one another? So let's know your own opinion on this. If it's the men that always suspect more than the women, or if it's the women that suspect more than the men, let's know your opinion. Drop it under the comment section. So we've looked at the danger of suspicion, and we definitely explain and define suspicion to be a destructive force in marriage that can easily erode the trust, and that can create tension and fear and potentially lead to the breakdown of that relationship. And we said the causes of suspicion is lack of communication, poor past experiences, insecurity and fear, external influence, and we look at the effect of the suspicion that it leads to erosion of trust. It increases conflict among the partner. It leads to emotional distress and marital breakdown, which is the final stage. And we also pointed out some control measures and preventive measures of suspicion. We said one basic thing that some of those measures that can control it or prevent it totally is open communication, trust and vulnerability, addressing insecurity and fear, seeking support and accountability. And we look at some biblical examples of healthy marriages in the scriptures, the family of Abraham and Sarah, Aquila and Priscilla, and the family mentioned in that Proverbs chapter 31. And we pointed out some biblical principles that can give you a healthy marriage. Number 1 is love and respect. 2 is communication and conflict resolution. Number 3 is trust and faithfulness. Number 4 is mutual support. And number 5 is spiritual unity and growth. So these are some of the important things that can help us to control and to prevent suspicion. So please don't forget the assignment. I will be so glad if you can drop your comment, your opinion in that comment section on those assignments I've pointed out and I've discussed with us. So if you still have if you have any observation based on what I've discussed, please drop in the comment section. And I will also appreciate if you can share this clip with friends, family member that you know that really need this message. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can always receive any new post from me. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.